Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I'm your host, Davion. I'm joined by Lillian
What's up?
and Oronde.
Was good.
And today we are back on one of our final episodes of the Let's Talk NFL series. Today we are talking about the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers-less Green Bay Packers. Rodgers has been there for 10, 15, something like that years, something odd years.
Something like that.
And now he's gone. So we're going to start off talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Aaron Rodgers. He's now gone. You have Jordan Love, who stepped into that space of their new, franchise quarterback. What is your expectations? How do you guys expect? What do you expect from Jordan Love?
I mean, I can't really say he has to go head over heels improvement. Like, there's not much to improve on per se. I think he's a great talent. I watched his entire highlight career from North Dakota State. Throw could spin the pigskin. I mean, what more did you want from him? That's why they drafted him. But sitting behind arguably one or number two most talented throwers of the football to play the sport, he has some big shoes to fill. Do I expect him to do it instantly? No, but I do expect him to at least be better than, I don't know, Fields' first season. I mean, that could be the benchmark, to be honest. Both from high-powered offenses, different calibers, but high-powered offenses. Both have, what is it called? I don't know, middling teams to inherit, basically. So I say his floor would be, I don't know, 5 wins as the team. That's the floor.
I don't disagree. I think in the one real time we've seen him actually drive down the field and play, which was against Philadelphia last year, he looks really good. And sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for 2-3 years, however long it was, he's just naturally going to learn a lot about the position and NFL football. I think he's going to come into this season with more knowledge than a first-year starter normally would. And it's going to set him up to play pretty well.
I think how long has Love been in the league? 3 years? 2 years?
I think this is second, third, maybe.
He was in the 2020 draft, so this is his third year, I think.
Third year, yeah.
I mean, so we've seen over time. I mean, throughout history, that sitting your quarterback for a year or two, has tremendous results. I mean, look at Rodgers to Favre, and look at now hopefully Jordan Love from Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. And so you look at these guys and you're like, man, like, do you like? I personally think like they'll probably be the worst team in that division. But I would say I think it's because of how young that he is and how, rebuild, because they're in a rebuild stage, right? Like, we can commit to that. They're rebuilding, they're starting from the ground and trying to figure it out. I mean, you lose your number one receiver, you lose your number one quarterback. I mean, it's but so much you can do. And granted, you have to take and remember that your quarterback was a MVP of the league 2 seasons ago, season and a half ago. So, talking through that, the Packers, what do you think they need to start addressing now, this offseason and next offseason?
Wide receiver.
Yeah.
But also, another thing is, he's at least been getting counsel from Peyton Manning this camp season. And also, I've been seeing some videos come up from minicamp and organized camp and all that stuff, all that jazz. He looks good.
I've heard that too.
Great. I can attest. I've seen it with my own two eyes through my telephone and Twitter, now known as X. But he looks like he's gonna fit the bill.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, their biggest issue right now is obviously they lost their number one receiver last year, but then you lose your number one receiver again because Lazard went to the Jets. Then you lose your tight end. The offense is questionable right now, just as far as personnel is concerned.
I mean, who are their running backs?
AJ Dillon.
Oh yeah. And what's the other guy's name?
Oh, and Aaron Jones. That's right.
Yeah, forgot about him.
How'd you
I mean,
forget
if they
Aaron
wanna,
Jones?
I don't know because I'm blind, I guess.
I mean, if you think about it, like if they can switch into a running back heavy, play action heavy offense, you don't really need star receivers in that caliber offense. Am I right? I mean, if you can turn him into he could throw the ball 15 to 25 times a game, and they don't have to be deep bombs down the field. Like there's certain way you can scheme offenses. I mean, this isn't me putting him in a box or putting him, saying he's a bad player at all. It's more of the idea of like, how exactly do you guys want to move forward with your football team? Because you don't have receivers to do it, and you are a long ways away from Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and Alan Lazard. They're gone. And so it's now about how you rebuild and restructure and restart. And I think, I mean, there's potential for them to be good. And there's potential for them to, be good in 3, 4, 5 seasons from now. But it's
They
all about
did.
how you work right now inside of the rebuild.
Speaking of them being good in the future, they had a very, very busy draft this season, this
Mhm.
off season. I think how many picks did they have?
They had like the most, like 13 or something, right?
Yeah, 13 picks.
Ooh, come on, man. Look at me.
13 picks. Yeah. And arguably my favorite one of that bunch is well, actually I have two favorites. They picked up Luke Musgrave from Oregon State,
Mhm.
which is a nice tight end find, and Grant Dubois from Charlotte, another homegrown local talent
Yeah.
to get to the big leagues. But he is a fun dude to watch.
I mean, one of their favorite draft picks that I've noticed is Lou Nichols out of Central Michigan. He's a running back. He had in 2021, I think, like 2,200 scrimmage yards
Mm.
and almost 20 touchdowns. That's in a single season. I think, and it's not like the Packers have a bad offensive line. I think as a third option, that's just insane. To have AJ Dillon, Aaron Jones, and then a guy that can do that. Obviously, he wouldn't do that in the NFL, but that that's the perfect guy, and he can run slot receiver too. He's short, but he's an all around weapon. I'd compare him sort of to like a Cordarrelle Patterson.
Hmm.
I think
So,
it's a pretty good comparison.
so expectation wise, Oronde, you said what you expect. Lily, what do you expect?
I'm thinking they finished third in the division.
Really?
I mean, have we looked at their schedule yet? Let's
Not
open
yet.
with the Bears, Falcons, and Saints.
They'll get
That's
one,
I give them two there.
2.
I give them Bears and the Falcons.
But as long as you don't give
Don't
them
worry,
Saints.
the
I think
Saints will win.
I think that's valid.
And I think they lose to the Lions. I think they lose in Vegas.
I agree with that
Why
statement.
do we think? Okay, this isn't a Vegas episode, but what's with y'all in y'all's love affair of Vegas? They're not going to be good.
Hold up, I don't
Oh,
love
we've
Vegas.
mostly said that Vegas will lose, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
Yeah, that's
most
what I
of the
This
thought.
is
time I think
this
Vegas
is their
loses.
first win through the NFC North so far.
Yeah,
Sorry, I apologize. Continue.
I think
Yeah, we like picking on Vegas here.
Amen to that.
I think they lose in Denver. Honestly, I think I think Denver's gonna be significantly better this year.
Yeah,
I think they lose. I think they split the season series with Minnesota.
That's fair to me.
I think they beat the Rams.
Beat the Rams.
Rams are gonna
do.
be terrible.
I don't know how to feel
Rams will
about
be
the
terrible,
I
but
know we've already done the Rams. I still don't know how to feel about them.
Awful. I got an answer for you quickly. Awful. Move on. No, I don't. I truly don't think they're gonna be good. Like I just don't think there will be a team that anyone has to worry about. They're on the back end, or no, they're at the end of their prime. They're in the end of their winning ways. I think we're about to see them turning to a rebuild team either after next season or the season after. I think they're done. Like I just think
I
they're
still don't
washed.
think the Rams even finished last in their division. So
Next to the Tomlins Steelers. I think they can beat the Steelers.
I
I
think
think George Pickens
Mhm.
goes off for like 150 yards.
I think they lose to the Steelers
Oh,
in Pittsburgh.
it
I
is
think
in
Pickett
Pittsburgh.
has a really good sophomore year. They lose to the Chargers, lose to the Lions, lose to the Chiefs, lose to the Giants, beat the Bucks and Panthers, lose to the
Maybe not
Vikings.
Carolina. I can
I
agree.
don't think they beat Carolina,
I don't think
I
especially
think
late in
they
this.
can.
I think Carolina improves
Oh,
towards the end of the
actually, never
season.
mind. That's Carolina in the winter, and that feels gonna suck. So they might lose that game.
Carolina in the winter. This is the
Carolina in the winter,
Packers.
like no, the field is like notoriously bad in the
Oh yeah,
winter.
that's true. I have seen a couple winter games in my lifetime. It is pretty bad, especially if it rains. If it rains,
Oh,
definitely a
the
Panthers
Rams are
W.
screwed. But and then I think at home against Chicago to close the season, they'll win. So that's what 1, 2. Oh, I counted the wrong thing. 1, 2.
We are not mathematicians. If y'all couldn't tell.
Yeah, I just used Google a couple minutes ago, so I don't want to talk about math.
I think
Um,
they finished with 7 wins.
yeah, I think max they'll hit is 7 or 8 wins. You know,
7 and 10 is not that bad. That's a
uh,
1 win drop off from last year with Rodgers.
exactly. And so, I mean, if that's how you're gonna start your rebuild, then I'm not mad at it. I would
Yeah,
say continue to rebuild and to continue to go out and get those young guys who, have a bright future and who can potentially be your future. And so, yeah, I'll be interested to see what happens with them a lot next season and see. I think the biggest question mark and the biggest thing that you really want to look out for is Jordan Love. Can Jordan Love be that guy, and can he be their next franchise quarterback? That is the biggest question mark, and that is the biggest I think they need to look out for
I think he has the talent for it, but they did pick up a decent rookie out
for sure.
of Penn State, Mr. Clifford.
a
He is
Penn State legend.
he's a work of art for sure, but he does have the talent.
He doesn't really though. He
I'm
can run the
giving him
ball really well,
I'm
but
giving him the benefit of the doubt.
You giving someone the benefit of the doubt? That's
that's
unlikely.
crazy.
I watched him get beat by Ohio State. I know he's at least decent.
Oh,
He's 25 as a rookie. He's not in a great spot yet.
All right,
Especially
listen. I know
okay.
he's an
Let's
old
not
man
kill
like
on these
Stetson
guys for being
Bennett.
old and rookies. I hate that whole
I
note.
mean, that's right.
Stetson
Hey,
Bennett.
he could be Stetson Bennett.
He
I
could be
hate it.
Stetson
Like it
Bennett.
makes me so angry. That's a bit. It's
Bro's the mascot for Quaker Oats.
oh, geez, here we go. Here we go. I knew it was coming. But yeah, so as we begin to close out talking about the Green Bay Packers, so you look at it, you look at them for this season. How long do you think this rebuild will take, realistically?
About 3 years.
What's the goal of the rebuild?
I think the goal of a
The
rebuild to
division
be
again?
competitive in your division again.
Be competitive, but also still sort out your cornerstones, which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Who will be the new franchise name? Will it be Love? Will it continue to be the quarterback position, which has dominated the Packers timeline for years? Or will it be another, I'd say
Hey,
another defensive player like Clay
hot
Matthews?
take, it
Maybe.
might become Rashawn Gary.
Who?
Bro, Clay Matthews was different, man.
I'm looking for Rashawn Gary to go off next year.
Who is Rashawn Gary?
Thought I was the only person with that question. What position does he play?
Could be Jair Alexander.
Do they still
Oh,
have that guy? Haha, or no, he's not there anymore.
No, he retired a while ago.
yeah, I retired.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Also, I don't think he's been on the Packers in a while.
it's been
yeah,
2
he
years
left.
since he's.
He did leave. You're right. He went to somewhere on the East Coast, like I think.
Chicago and then the Raiders for couple games.
Literally just got a few game checks. It was like, I'm head out.
I'm out. Oh man. All right. So, any final thoughts we have on the Green Bay Packers?
Um, I, I think it's about as where it is.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a little more likable now that Aaron Rodgers is gone. So
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. Lions fan with the Lions hate. Here it comes.
Also, I think their contracts are kind of funny because they finally gave Bakhtiari some money, but now he accounts for $40 million in dead cap space.
How? God, really?
Jesus,
It,
that's a lot.
How? Not
That's
how?
a lot.
What word am I asking? How much money will they have after next season, Oronde, if you don't mind me asking?
next season. One moment. They will have. I think they're. Oh, they sit at $3 million at the current moment.
3?
Three.
Where's that money at?
Uh, some bad contracts.
Jeez.
Very, very, very bottom heavy.
So how many more years do they have on this mess?
I think they have until 2026, if I'm not mistaken.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Anyway,
just about. They have to convert some stuff into signing bonuses, which would be the best way to move it about.
Yeah.
Because your top four highest paid people is Bakhtiari, which he deserves some money. Kenny Clark, I don't think he really needs that anymore. Rashawn Gary, as Lillian mentioned, and Jair Alexander, who keeps getting burned by nobodies.
gotta love it. Gotta love it.
They need to pay Aaron Jones. They need to pay AJ Dillon because
Yes.
Dillon's still on I believe his rookie deal, and
Yes.
he needs to get his money
Well,
because he only got 4 years, 5 million when he signed, which is pitiful.
who? Aaron Jones?
AJ Dillon.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is only making $10 million.
These running backs, man, they're getting shafted by the day. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Anywho,
It's an absolute shame.
thank you all for joining. Packers fans, let us know how you feel about what we've said about your team, and how do you expect your season to look next year.
Sell your stocks on the team. Thank you.
Don't sell the stock; it'll bounce back. It's fine. Don't sell the stock. It's just there for memories. But I have been your host, Davion. That's Oronde, that's Lillian, and this has been the post game. Peace.